Thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin McCarthy with 19 News Now, coming to you live from our digital studios. And today was a tough day for Browns fans with that loss. We had frigid temps today, so anyone out and about watching the Browns game, going out to restaurants, seeing family, friends, they probably felt a lot of that super wintry weather today. I'm joined by meteorologist Erica Page. We have a first alert day in the forecast. Erica, break it all down for us.
Yeah, so we have so much colder air that's going to be moving through northeast Ohio. Certainly today may have been a little bit of a shock to the system compared to where we have been the past couple of days. But because these wind chill values are going to be below zero through pretty much all of the day tomorrow and likely headed into early Monday morning, we are going to keep the 19 first alert weather day going into Sunday. And we may decide to go ahead and just say, honestly, through Monday morning because of how cold that wind chill is going to feel to our bodies. So we do have wind chill alerts in place right now. It's just for areas basically along and west of I-71 through 4 o'clock tomorrow. But the National Weather Service has been pretty honest with us, and they said, you know what, there's a good likelihood we're actually going to extend this beyond just the timing of 4 p.m. on Sunday because those temperatures are going to continue to dip as we head into the overnight. So let's kind of give you a wide view of where your wind chills are headed as we go through the day tomorrow. Outside, if you're stepping out tonight, maybe you got to let the dog out, maybe you are heading to or from any of those Saturday evening plans, it's going to feel more so like the single digits to lower teens. But as we continue on through the overnight hours tonight, a really decent push of Arctic air finally makes its way into northeast Ohio. And it'll still be breezy, so that means some places that are really that along and west of 71 corridor will likely stay between about 15 below zero and 10 below zero in terms of that wind chill factor through a good majority of tomorrow. The farther east you are, temperatures will be a little bit better, but we're all still seeing that negative wind chill through a good majority of the day. Some locations may hit zero for a wind chill once we get into Sunday evening, but truthfully, it's not going to feel significantly better as we go through the second half of the weekend. So we will likely, I have a feeling we're probably going to end up extending that alert day to go just through Monday morning. Once we get past Monday morning, we actually will start to see some improvements working back in. You'll notice that on your wind chill tracker Monday into Tuesday. While yes, at 11 o'clock in the morning we're just freezing this in time, we're still below zero. Know that as we go into the afternoon, we will likely make that transition to single digit wind chill values, which at this point sounds pretty nice, especially as we get the work week started. We will see another dip on Wednesday, so Wednesday could be another chilly one, but likely not to the extreme of what we're going to be dealing with headed into your Sunday. And then by Thursday, we're really starting to see some bigger improvements, and that's good news for us. But it also comes with a little bit of a trade-off because we do have some more bigger systems that may be working its way through just in time for next weekend. In terms of the high winds, that by far and large has been one of the biggest issues that we've been dealing with the past 24 hours or so. A lot of the wind advisories were allowed to expire, the exception being Cuyahoga Lake and then the lakeshore portion of Ashtabula County. That will still remain in place through 1 o'clock in the morning, just because winds could still gust upwards of 50 miles per hour. But we're not really seeing a whole lot of wind to that magnitude anymore. I would say probably what's more common is about 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts here over the next couple of hours. But the good news is, as we transition through the day on Sunday, and especially looking ahead towards Monday, your wind gust tracker is starting to show some improvements. So tomorrow, especially first half of the day, could still find some gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour. It's one of the bigger contributing factors as to why we will have such drastic wind chills as we go through the second half of the weekend, but we will continue to see improving conditions as that big area of low pressure that brought us the rain, a little bit of that snow overnight last night, continues to slip away off the East Coast. Right now, what we're watching is some lake effect. So this is a very complicated forecast. There's so many different key pieces to it. We're talking about the wind, the Arctic air, but we also have a little bit of snow to highlight as well. If you have been on social media recently, maybe you saw the Bills posting an update of what conditions are like in Buffalo. It is not great. There is a very good reason as to why that game was postponed. And you can really see that lake effect band starting to set up. What will likely happen as we go through the overnight tonight, but especially as we look ahead towards tomorrow, that band will slowly start to sink a little farther to the north. So I would say Lake Ashtabula County stand the best chance of finding actual lake effect snow through the day on Sunday. And it's a very small corridor. It's really between I-90 and the lakeshore that I think stand that best opportunity. And it really all just depends on how long that band sets up as to how much snow we could see. In terms of snowfall totals, not really expecting a whole lot. You will start to see a big kind of bigger system come through overnight tonight. Basically all it does is it gives us some more widespread opportunity to see some snow. You can see that with future view by early tomorrow morning. But in terms of how much snow we see, it's really not going to be overly impressive. I would say trace, inch, potentially an inch and a half at the most for a lot of us, and then it's just that lake effect confined to a very small area across Northeast Ohio. The rest of us, mostly cloudy conditions. We may actually see just a little bit more sunshine starting to work through by the afternoon. Again, the exception, our primary snow belt, where we could see just a little bit more of that snow. Your snow tracker pretty much on point with kind of what we're thinking in terms of your snowfall forecast. Again, half inch, inch and a half at best, and then places like Menor up towards Ashtabula, Conneaut, that's where you could pick up potentially 4-5 inches of snow, but it really just depends on how long that band will set up. So once we get past tomorrow and early on Monday, things are starting to improve a little bit in the temperature department. I really don't think we're going to hit freezing at all during this next 7-day period, but at least we will get some sunshine in here the first half of the week. What we will have to watch though as we look ahead towards next weekend, Friday into Saturday, does look like there's another system that comes through, keeps things breezier for us, but it also gives us some better opportunities to potentially see some accumulating snow. So that is something we will have to watch as we get a little bit closer in time, but we got to get through these somewhat brutal wind chills first as we wrap up the weekend.
All right, thanks a lot, Erica. And we'll have another look, at your first alert forecast coming up in just about 40 minutes on CW43, and then again on 19 News at 11. Have a great night.
19 News is everywhere